I'm in the back 30 of my life. I'm staring down the barrel of, I don't know, 30 years, 25, 30 years. What's going to give first? Something's got to give, right? Like something's got to give. What's it going to be? How will I deal with that? Lately, a bunch of questions have been going through my mind. They're the ones that kind of show up when, you're in a quiet space, but your brain is super loud. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finding that these moments where I need to know things are becoming heavier and heavier, like this overwhelming feeling. And the need to know now is starting to haunt me. I was driving to the gym and I started thinking about this and I was wondering, well maybe certainty is God checking up on my faith. Maybe he's testing whether or not I can live in the moment, be at peace and be uncertain at the exact same time. Do I have the ability to choose faith over fact? And then somewhere along the way, I started to become impatient. Maybe I was becoming insecure in that unknowing of how things were going to play out. So I found this in my journal. This is the entry that got this whole thing stirred up in my mind. And I don't know, I want to read it to you, and I think you'll enjoy it. To experience the fullness of God, you have to make peace with uncertainty, not tolerate it, but actually become content with not knowing. I think faith, real faith, is learning how to live each moment without fear, without resistance, without the constant need to label everything as safe or dangerous, good or bad, right or wrong. Because in that endless sorting and judging, something happens inside us. The obsession with needing to know essentially robs us of joy. We grow tense. We get anxious. We become defensive and judgmental. We start living in fear instead of from faith. Uncertainty then becomes something to eliminate instead of something to appreciate. And when I read Genesis, and I read it recently as an adult, especially the creation story, I'm moved by something that I didn't feel, that I didn't realize when I was younger. So in Genesis, it says God created the world, and he makes this declaration. All of it is good. All of it is good. Not this part is good and that part is questionable, or this part is holy and that part is damned. Just good. And I realized that that was not an admiration of his work. He wasn't looking at that and going, man, that's good. It was a declaration. It was an identification. Everything was labeled as good. Creation wasn't divided yet. It wasn't categorized. It wasn't judged. And then we got this tree, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil, which is interesting because the temptation wasn't pleasure. The temptation wasn't power. It was certainty. The desire to know what God knows, to decide for ourselves what belongs, to judge, to rank, to control. I think uncertainty is what made us uncomfortable. So we reached for knowledge to relieve it. And in doing so, we fractured something. We traded trust for control. We traded presence for prediction. We traded acceptance for judgment. And ever since, we've been trying to get back to certainty, as if we believe that's where peace lives. But what if peace doesn't live there? What if joy doesn't come from knowing more, but from resisting the urge to know everything? Maybe God's invitation isn't to escape uncertainty, but it's to embrace it and let it soften us, let it humble us, let it draw us back into dependence instead of control. And maybe, just maybe, the joy that we've been searching for has been waiting right there, right in front of us, inside the unknowing. So I hope you found that interesting to hear as it was for me to write. I've read this, I don't know, 24 times in the past couple of days. And I realize that it's helping me be okay with the moment, with enjoying what's happening right now. That I can't worry about what's going to happen 5 years from now. I can't worry about what's going to happen 5 months from now, even 5 days from now. And I'm not saying all this because I'm pretending to have all the answers, or I think I have all the answers. I say it because I've lived long enough to know when and how peace shows up, and when it doesn't. And so for me, I know it doesn't show up in certainty. It shows up in faith. I hope this helped you a little bit. And I just want to thank you for listening. Thank you for watching and sharing, subscribing. I'm ArnieCAP. And this is a life well lived.